realised my mic's on mute. Fantastic. We'll try that again. Welcome to Dismas the Pilgrim, the Puzzle Pilgrim. Today we'll be doing daily puzzles from Netflix Starstruck and the Netflix Sudoku, all three difficulties. The New York Times Wordle, all three difficulties of the New York Times Pips. We're doing yesterday and today's chess daily puzzle, as we did in the stream yesterday, and they're still available. We'll also be doing a handful of the more general chess puzzles on chess.com. We'll also be doing a couple of puzzles from the Telegraph. There's always opportunity for viewers to spend channel points to make me do some bonus puzzles on Netflix and potentially the New York Times. There will also be a giveaway later, as we are going to try again, as we didn't have enough people to do it last week. That will be for a Steam key for Wasteland Bites. So without further ado, let's get into the Netflix Starstruck, because that is my favourite. We don't track the wins on the easy, as it is just a warm-up for me. Welcome to the stream. The rules for Starstruck are that we need to place a star in each row, column, and coloured region. Also, stars cannot touch anything in a ring around them. Let's get into it. Okay, so first thing is a more advanced thing that I want to show you before we get into it, because I think the easier stuff will cancel it out, so you don't get shown. We get this formation here occasionally, where a row and column are all taken up by the same coloured region. So the only way to place in each of the three conditions, with us needing to place a single star in each row, column, coloured region, to place it in this corner. Because anywhere else in that coloured region would make it impossible to place it in the corresponding count. So if we put it, for example, here, we wouldn't be able to place one in this column. So it's the only place we count for. We've got lots of straight line regions, so we can just log through where they take up the row or the column. Where we have a region of 2, it will exclude the ones on each side because it touches. Where we have regions of 3, it'll exclude the one center adjacent because all 3 touch. So here we get that, and here we would have had those 2, but this actually excludes a lot. So that's a very simple one. They all solved down incredibly quickly. I probably could have cut a solid minute off that if I wasn't explaining the rules. Hi Jenny, welcome to the stream. So there's the easy done. Unfortunately the streak was broken with me not being able to stream yesterday. We'll get straight into the hard. The only difference with the hard and the easy is we start tracking it, and we do get more advanced logic that we tend to have to use. Okay, so in this top row, pen ready. I don't need it for this first bit, but in this top row, we can see that the only way to fit a star in is for it to be in this purple, which means it can't be anywhere else in purple, so we can exclude the rest of that coloured region. We have 2 sections that are only in either a row, like this, or a column, like blue. And like I said, on the easy, where we have 3, it excludes from the one center adjacent. Because all 3 of them touch that square. And we get the same here with the in yellow, we now have this L shape, and this L shape actually excludes from a few areas. So exclude from here and here. Here is because it touches all 3. and these two would be excluded because it both sees and touches every square at the same time. This is now a region of 2, which means we can exclude that one, as they are, both of these are now touching that. Sure, it's just got black, yeah. Refresh that in the background, and then because it's set up brilliantly, I have to re-accept cookies every time. Right. So, now we need to start trying to find areas where all regions are taken up. So I think that's one straight away on the left hand side. So in these left hand columns, you'll notice that these 3 regions are fully contained in these 3 columns. Because we must place a star in each column, that means that all 3 stars for these columns are going to be taken up by these regions, which means we can exclude everything else that's in those columns. With us excluding those, we now have this entire the rest of brown taking up just a single column, which means we can exclude the rest, and that actually places a star in grey. That it also excludes from there. And now that we got this region 3, which excludes this square, the only place for a star in this entire column is here. This shape is actually all going to exclude this one. It's because these 3 are all touching, and this one sees it all simultaneously. And that shape doesn't actually exclude anything else, but it does now line up perfectly with blue across these 2 rows, which means we're going to have a star in these 2 rows, and the only place it can go is blue and red. Exclude the brown and these greens. Okay, so brown and yellow now match as a region of 2, like we had with the red and blue, which means we can exclude grey and the orange. That places orange, which places red. We're now left with just one place for green, purple, yellow, brown. Hi Peter, it's good to see you again. So yeah, there's the hard. Although it was called hard, it wasn't too bad today. Some very basic shapes logic gets you most of the way, or gets you the whole way there actually. My ads manager isn't actually doing anything at the moment, so let me just switch over to another section. That will tell me. Okay, so apparently we have an ad starting in a minute. So I'm going to skip to that now. So we'll take a short break and then we'll come straight back with the Sudoku. See you all in a moment. Welcome back. So we're going to be working through the all three Sudokus on Netflix today. The rules for Sudoku are we need to place the numbers 1 through 9 in each row, column, and 3x3 box. Additionally, on the easy, I do what I can not to use any notes on the board. Hey there, Tab. Okay, so straight away I can see a 1 there. Not seeing anything else quick and easy with the 1s, so we'll move straight up. 2 there. I think we've been left in the exact same position as we were. So just keep cycling through until things start to click. No. Balls and 5 here then. So not seeing any quick 5s. 6 there. This is, I'm getting some awkward ones here. Let's see, 7s. Okay, so the 8 goes there. And 9 in the center. Play nice kid. So now we need to start cycling through because I really don't want to use notes. I've only had to use notes on the easy once so far, I think. But it is looking like I might have to. Okay, so I think just cycling through number by number is going to help me. I need to start looking at completing rows and columns. So we're 2, 3, 4 here. I can't do 5 across that column. I got 6. 7. Okay. It's not wrong. Oh, it's column here. We got 1, 2. Nothing. 3. For the 4, I got 5. That's the easy. Down to 2 here. What about this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that has to be 5. So it can't go here because that one. I got 6, which leaves this is 7. The 7 is matched against that one. Okay, so we get 8 there. 3s, 4 the 4s. So that's a 3, 4 pair there. Okay, I've got something missing in this column. 1, 2. Which is this 2. Both look up against that one. These 2 look across against this one. That's the 2's solved. What else is in this box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has to be a 6, which means this has to be an 8. Might be able to get this box. No, because we need it's a 3, 4 pair, so still can't get it. Oh, it's bottom box. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5. So I need 6s. Okay, so 6 has to go here. Yeah, 3 correct. 1, 2, 3. 4 has to go here. Makes this 7. Which doesn't actually help us solve out the 7s. This 4 just goes a 4 here, which is this 3. This needs to be a 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, and 3. These ones look down, this one's cross, gives 1 here. We got 2s, can't see 3 right now. Oh, that has to be a 4. But that does not help us solve 4 in this box. So we got 5. 6 is there. Nope, 8 and nothing on the 9. What am I missing here? That's 3. Don't make me use notes already. Let's go next to this one. 4, 5, 6. 7 is across here. Doesn't help. So 9s and 7s are there. That has to be 8. Also, it's all that's missing for the column. I'm not always very good at spotting columns and rows. I tend to focus on boxes or numbers in general. So I'm missing 3 along there, which is the big 3s here. That might help the box in general though, not the 4s or anything. So that's about 4, 6 there. 7's got there. To the top box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at this one. Has to go here, which makes this a 7. So 7 there and 9 there. So 5 has to go there. 6, 7. This 8 looks across. 9 looks up. That gives us the 3 that we were missing. That 3 along with these 2 gives us the 3 here. We end up with 4 there. 5. 6 looks across. This one looks up. Gives us 6 here. 6 there, 7 is across, 7 there, that 7 gives us that 7, that 9 looks up, gives us this one. Let's put the 4s, and then this last box is a 9. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Took a little longer than I expected, but a bit easy, but thank you. We'll move on to the medium. I have no idea why the buttons are laid out this way. Okay, so the main difference with the medium is that I will start using notes. Notes are when I use the green highlight and we can fill in numbers like this. Yeah, it's a really nice little emote. But before I start using the notes, we'll look through, see what numbers we can get without touching them. Just so that the notes boxes don't get quite as cluttered. This might even match so far though. Right, sure, we've solved all of the ones before touching the notes, but so far that's all I can quickly spot. Okay, so we get 7 there. That's all I can swap with the 7s. We get 8 here, which actually pulls us an 8 there across the row. After like the rows and columns are so important on the last puzzle, I'm trying to pay a bit more attention to them. Let's cycle back around because we've got 7s and 8s, that might help. Okay, so this 3 looks in here showing us that the 3s have to be along this top row, so that pulls the 3 there. Now the 4s have to go here because of this one. The fact that this is already filled out. When we couple that with that, we get this 4. What are we missing in this row? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 3s and 4s in rows and columns now. Not pairs. We've got 1s. There's nothing we can do with that. Nothing. 3s. Well, this is going to be on my last pass for the numbers before I start trying to put notes in place. Okay, so I know the 4s are going to be there, but that's not. Anything new with the 7s? The 8s. All the 9s. Okay, so now we'll start on notes. I'll do it 3x3 blocks at a time. So we already have the 1 here, 2 here, maybe 3. Nothing especially to exclude 4s. We have that 5. Nothing especially to include 6s. We have the 7 and 8. Nothing especially to exclude 9s. Oh, thank you very much. That's much appreciated. I'm gonna quickly just focus on the 4s so that I can get that done in that section. It's really appreciated. Thank you very much. Now we've got that box done, we'll move on to here. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have that looking across here as this. Nothing especially for the 6s. Especially for the 7s. We have the 8s there. Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, across the top. 4s are in this cluster here. We have 5 and 6. The 7s are in. Oh, not 7s. We're gonna put it there. They look up. Give 7s here. The 8s are in this cluster. And we have nothing especially excluding 9s. I thought we were going to get a big 7 there. Okay, so we have 1. So there, already got 3. I've already come up with 4s because with the 4s being forced into these sections, it's the only place for it in the column. Thank you very much, people. Really appreciated. So the 5s have to go here. Nothing excluding 6s. We got the 7 and the 8. I don't have anything excluding 9s. Next one. Yeah, not much excluding Eagles. A little bit with 3s. 4s have to be here. Okay, so that does actually tell me something. 4s. So, because across these two boxes, the 4s are locked into these two rows, like paired in this section. They'll both look across, excluding all of this, and this one looking up. The only place left before there is there. Now up. That actually gives us a 6-9 pair here, which means we can exclude that from the other sections, and because it's a pair across the row, we can exclude 6 from here, the 9 row here. The 2-4 also across, but that doesn't give us any exclusions. Okay, so I was doing this box. So there's the 4s, which distracted me. We'll go back to the 5s though. I don't think I can see anything special with the 5s, so unfortunately they fill the whole space. 6s, I think we're in a similar situation with the 6s. Yes. 7s, we can, we've only got the bottom row. Already have the 8, the 9s go down the middle. I think that'll start clearing up quite nicely. Yet there's extra emotes once you start subbing, including the 2 animated ones from the actual. He's complimenting you. That's all. He means it in a similar way to, it is sweet. Okay, so the 2s, well, again, I'm noticing a thing a little ahead, but that has these 2s look up against the 2s there. With them being locked into here for this box, I think that also forces the 2 here. So that, no, it does not. Well, I'll force it down here. I'm being blind, but yeah, which is how we got this one. Right. Confusing myself because I'm looking in too many places. But these 2 look up, giving us the 2s there. Okay, so we don't have much excluding the 3s. We have 4. 5's down here. 6s are only here. 7, 8. Realize that was. Oh, right. Good. Yeah, it's just on the channel landing page. There's a little game on the About dashboard. I can't remember what it was. I set it up the other week. Yeah, unfortunately, 9s can go most places here. Oh, that's a shame. Right, for the 3s over here. I already demarked 4s because it helped me solve something earlier. We have 5 already. Nothing excluding 6s in this section. Yeah, the 7 and the 8. We end up with the 9s here. We have the 1. Not much excluding. Oh, a bit more than I thought actually. So, twos or can we go there? Not much exclusion for the threes. We have the four. Not much to exclude fives. Not much to exclude sixes. Or sevens. And that has revealed a naked three though. Just scanning to see if that shows me anything in particular, but no. So we'll move on to this box. We already have the one. I've already marked down the twos because I don't think it helped me with something earlier. Threes. Fortunately, not much to exclude. Five. Oh, four, sorry, we'll move on to five. Six, the sevens I've already demarked. But actually, no, that's a 2-7 pair. I shouldn't be putting the 5 threes there. And that actually gives us a 5-3 pair, which makes this an 8-9 pair. Yeah. Okay, so if this is an 8-9 pair, we've already got an 8-9 pair there. That forces the 3 here. More solid in this box, which might cascade down nicely. I don't know how far this cascade is going to go, but it'll give us something to work with at least. So yeah, now I just need to have a quick scan, see if any numbers like this one here have been left as only having one space available. Now that we had a small cascade. Oh, hey Duck Wizard, good to see you. This box. 2, 3. So that has to be 4. 4 there. That has to be 5. There. 6, just so I can see. Okay, so I need to put a 6 note there. Get 7, 8. There should be a 9 note in there as well. I don't know why that isn't. That's why I pressed that. That's why I keyed something in I shouldn't have earlier. Okay, so we'll finish doing the cascade, and that might lead us to the end of the puzzle. I don't ask me. I don't know how much of this Twitch stuff works. I log on and do my puzzles and do my best to be vaguely entertaining, or at least informative. Settle for informative. And finally it's 9. That wasn't a bad solve time. One or two miskeys, well, one miskey and one notation mistake. Just before we move on to the hard, we're only a couple of minutes out from an ad break, so rather than interrupting the Sudoku, I'm going to push it now, which should give us a bit longer, excuse me, in between the ad breaks in general. And then we'll jump straight into the hard. And hopefully I'll get it all done without any ad break pauses there. Don't forget that we'll be moving on to the New York Times after the Sudoku. So if anyone wants to redeem channel points, you can choose the starting word for the Wordle when we get there. If not, I'll be using daily, as that's how often I should be solving. Right. So I'll be back straight after this short ad break. welcome back. So I always pause any solving during ad breaks, just so that anyone who hasn't been able to subscribe doesn't lose any of the puzzling. It's the fairest way to do it all. We'll move into the hard now. And again, I'll start by cycling through the numbers, seeing if we get any freebies before moving on to the notations, which I will definitely need on the difficult. There's not much really that I'm spotting. It's very unusual for me to start Sudoku and have like a full box already. These figures, this one, these two look up, this looks cross units, that's 6. This one looks down, this one looks cross units, that's 7. This one looks down, showing us that 7s have to be here. Let's look down a bit, these two giving us that 7. This 7 looks up, telling us the 7s have to be here, which with these two gives us a 7 here. Nothing jumping out of the 8s. One with the 9s. Do one more pass and then I'll start on all the notes. There's still not much jumping out of them. No, not seeing any more easy ones, so we'll start on the notes. As always, we'll start on the top left. We'll look at this cluster. This looks across, giving us these two. 3 looks up, giving us matching clustered 1s. We have 4. I don't think we have anything from 5s. Nope, which pulls out the whole box for us. The 6 and the 8, and the 9 is also the So now we'll go to the center box. We have ones here. Already have 2, just 3, so it's these. It's 4, looks up, it's cross these 2. Looks like it's the 5s. Yeah, we get the 6 and 7, 9s, 8s, sorry. Here, these 2 9s look up, giving us 9s. Yeah, okay, so that looks like it's left us with a -5. I'm not seeing any quick pairs or anything like that from getting that 5, so we'll just keep moving on. This box, we have this column. I like this for a second. Yeah, no, unfortunately we've got them spread quite evenly across all of the rows in those 2 boxes, so there's no quick solve down from that. We have a lot of 2s. 3s. Okay, so one thing I am spotting, it would help if I typed the right number. So now I've done that, one thing I am spotting with the 3s is the 3s are always restricted to these bottom 2 rows of this section. It means they can't be here. they have to be there in. Okay, so I'll carry on. So keep the numbers. Go. Fours. And fives. Already have the 6 and 7. The 8s. The 9s. These look up, giving us this whole column. So that's a fairly busy box. I'm sure that'll sort down later though. So ones in this one. These two are the first ones here. Put 3. It's there. It's 5s across, giving us 5s here. Ready for 6. These 7s. It's here. 8s match, which means that can't be a 2. And we are left with a 7, 8 pair here. And then for the 9s, they could go here because they can't join. We already have this box filled, so we move on to 2s go in this cluster. We have 3. Nothing, not much restriction for the 4s. We already have the 5 and the 6. 7s go here. Not much restriction for the 8s. 9s go here. I think that makes them match the 7s. It does. So that's a 7-9 pair, which means we can remove 4 and the 8. And the 2 and the 8. Okay, so now I'm just scanning to see if that's heavily affected anything else in the box. Not that I can tell. So we end up with a triple with a 2, 4, 8 here. Which, apart from the fact that the numbers double for each possibility, 2 doubles to 4, doubles to 8, there is nothing really I can do with it. So we'll keep moving on. Again, not much exclusive. These. And then in this box. 4s end up in this column. Spotting anything with the 5s. We get full coverage there, with the 6 and 7. These 8s look down. Place it there. These 9s look down. These across, those 9s. Yeah, okay, so there's a 5-3 pair, which means you can move this 5, this 5-3, this 5-3, this 5, and this 5. That doesn't help us clear up anything else at the moment, so we'll keep moving through. We're at the 1 and the 2. This goes here. This falls down, place the 4s here. Because the 4s can only be here, we can move the 4 there. Because as you can see, they are only present in this section of the row, which means they can't be there. Oh, this section of the box across the row, so. 5s go here, because there's 3, we can't say that this is a matching 5-3 pair yet. We have the 6 and the 7, the 8s. Stop this from being a 5-3. Okay, now we've got this last box here. We already have the 1s, the 2s. A lot of space to be in. 3. Thanks to these two, which look across. The 3s now have to be here, and because they have to be here, we can't have 3 there. That moves on to the 4s. Apart from it not being in this bottom one, we don't have any particular exclusions. The 5s. So actually, this 5 and these 5s here stop a 5 from being here, gives us 5s there. And because the 5s are here, that stops that being a 5, which makes this a 5 and also gives us this 8, this 4, and this 3. And now I need to finish this box before I start trying to assign numbers that I haven't actually finished. So I've already done the 5s there, we've got the 6 and the 7. And the 8s can go here or here. We already have the 9. Okay, so we can actually solve a bit more of this box. Let's try that again in the right mode. So that's 8 and 9. It's 1, 4, and 3. Ah, excuse me. Okay. So from there, we start looking through, seeing what things are able to start solving down now. So I'm going to highlight number by number just to see if any patterns have started occurring that I can pick out visually without having to start doing any deep dives. Okay, so in this column, the only place that's left for a 5 is there. Which, for our remaining 5s, gives us pair 5s. Sixes, we've already solved all of them. We've got paired 7s across these boxes. Should be. You still there? We're back? Sorry about that, we seem to have had some connection issues, but we are back. Quickly checking background processes just to make sure there's nothing taking up too much bandwidth. Hopefully we're back. We appear to be having technical issues. Everything's green light on my side now. How's everyone? How is it for everyone else? Fantastic. Yeah, it looks like I just had a bit of a connection issue. Sorry about that. It will all be stitched together, minus that technical issue for the YouTube episode, which will go live a little after 6 tomorrow. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so looking at 8s, we have 8s in here, which actually forces this not to be an 8. 9s are forced into here for some reason. Oh, because that's a 7, 8 pair. Because they're forced into it, that can't be a 9. So I'm going to do little bits like this, just to make sure that we're as minimalist as possible on everything before I start. Probably having to look ahead to get the final steps. Well, I might end up spotting some pairs before we get to that stage. I hope so. Just do one more pass looking for these matchups, and then I will push ahead. With rows of columns and the like. Let's see. Okay, so we've gone through just looking for quick number fixes, and there aren't any more that I can see. So now I want to try and match up pairs across rows and or columns. So like we have the 7, 8 pair here, which affects the box, it'll also affect the rest of the column. I think it might have been our internet, so it might have taken your computer a bit too long to reconnect. Really? Like, I don't know what's happening for the connection to be that bad. 4, 8 pair across here, but that's already been resolved. Yeah, I'm sorry about the technical issues. The signal just seemed to drop out entirely, so I had to restart. No, I had to restart the connection anyway. Carried on where we left off with the puzzles. That's who our provider is, and I have been complaining for a while about how spotty our connection is. It's not just this week. It's particularly bad again this week, but in general, they don't seem to be the most reliable. Like, our connection drops at least, like, I want to say 3 times, 4 times a week. I've got to, and I'm having to, like, reset the router fully at least once a week now. So there's me officially never getting sponsored by them. Okay, right, so I'm struggling to spot an in for the logic here. So I feel like what I'm going to have to do is look for some paired numbers. Oh, hey there! Yeah, I think I'm going to have to look into some paired numbers, see if I can find one that particularly strong as a way in, and we can try from there. So the pairs matching across these boxes feel like they're going to be quite impactful. So I can start testing, see if something will break it. It's going to be a Steam key for a copy. Yeah, so it didn't manage to get given away last week, but it's a Steam key for a copy of Wasteland Bites. I'll be starting the giveaway raffle once we're done with the hard Sudoku and we move on to the New York Times puzzles. But yeah, so I'm going to start with this look ahead here, and I want to start with a 7 there. Which will force this to be an 8, forces this to be a 4, and this to be a 9, 2, 7, 5, 4. It was very kindly donated to me by a friend who's been helping support the channel. So with the stuff that I've managed to note down here, I need to see if this helps me find a way further into the puzzle. Yeah, no, it was really nice of him. You might have seen him join the chat a couple of times, Slyro. So it's got us this far. Unfortunately, thanks to the stream restarting, there is going to be an ad in a couple of minutes. The moment the ad starts, though, or just before the ad starts, though, I will be pausing the puzzle so that no one misses anything. So if that 3 cuts up there, then this has to be the 3. Just 1, 2, and 1, 9 here. 3 up 2, yeah, like, look aheads get awkward just because I'm having to read over my own notes to get there, but sometimes it is literally the only way that I can do it. I've got 2 here because I've got it highlighted. Like, that would actually make pips impossible. Because all of that is look ahead, really. So if someone was to turn like that timer on whilst I'm in the middle of a pips game, that's it. Okay, so I've actually noticed that this choice breaks it here with the 3s. We can't have the 2 3s, so the starting number here was 7. That actually means that this has to be 9. So we'll take away the notes, and from that 9, after the break, we will... Well, the wordle one makes sense to only be the ones. Because we can only have one starting word, and we can't really start picking more like the second and third words because we don't know how accurate like the first pick was going to be for the clues. But yeah, we've got an ad about to start, so we'll carry on with the puzzle straight after that. Welcome back. So we are following the path that we found from a look ahead, seeing how far into the puzzle it gets us. Because sometimes a look ahead will cascade us a fair amount of the soul, and sometimes it only gets us part way and not far enough that we can actually finish the puzzle. This one does look like it's cascading all the way down now. There we go. As good as subs are, like the ads do help me keep the lights on as well. I think it works out on average, like just from the ads, every stream I get around like 25 to 35 cents. Whereas like the subs are like a single one-off, and with me streaming almost daily, but yeah, there's the Sudoku done. No one has used any channel points to ask me to do any bonus puzzles on Netflix, so we'll move over to the New York Times. We'll start with the Wordle. Just before I do, actually no, I can go in and put in the starting word, which was Tab's choice today. He went with water. But just before I press click, I've got a little bit of setup to do, because I need to load up the giveaway bot. I believe see how terrible WBS looks here. Yeah, that is very cramped. God, I need another one. Oh, this is all in the right place. We need to make sure the bot is ready so that we can try and do the giveaway. So how to take part is going to be explained in a post that the bot should be posting in there now. I can't actually see if that's happened. There we go. Yeah. So I'm going to Pin that. So the giveaway is active for half hour. I am just going to quickly make sure that's all running properly. What even is my... Oh, God. So many things to click. Counter didn't update. Should do. Is it not? Did it? That need refreshing already? Come on. Where's... Oh. Yeah, so far it is telling me that I have one entry in there. What? Where is the thing? It's telling me it's live. So let me see if I can see what is happening. Copy. I might just need to update the bot. Oh, it's in there. Oh yeah, it just needed refreshing. But yeah, it all appears to be working. Yeah, so I think it just needed to refresh. What's the other play? What's the other thing I need to do? Wow, nothing wants to load. This is fun. That done nothing, but I needed it to... Ooh, it hasn't. Yeah, we'll catch up soon, hopefully. Right, so the giveaway is running. We have water. Let's see what happens with water. We get an E. Okay, so the A, T, and R not being in there is helpful to know. The W... How about down? Okay, so we've placed the E at least. I want to use the S and the P. Maybe the N. Oh wow. Let's see what that says. Battle. Oh. The clicking, I've only just noticed that post, sorry, tab, was probably my chair, like as I'm moving. it's a little creaky. That or me typing during the break. I'm surprised that only H seems to have jumped in for the giveaway. You only need to be a follower to join in. It's free to enter. So please feel free. Like, it is entirely free copy. Like, okay, so let's carry on with the puzzle. What should I do? It. Okay, so that at least. If it's that weird ass word that you used yesterday on Monday, H, well, I'm going to be very annoyed. Got me too close though. It's okay, so it's not. I know, like, it did get me an extra letter though. I think we're probably going to end up being on last guess again today. Oh no. I think it's going to be the same thing that has happened with the giveaway. It has begun. Yeah. That was a decent one. Yeah, I like that one. Okay, so from there we will move on to the hips. And we will start with the easy. So right now I can't see whether or not you guys can see all the dominoes. Because I've had to put the screen in tiny mode so that I can actually see the giveaway. Because last time I couldn't see it, it decided it was going to close itself on me. So the first thing we need to do is draw our geometry. So we know which way around the dominoes are going to be laid. We have logic clues to get us at least part of the way. Right, much up windows. My dock was not in the way. Like, why is H the only one joining in the giveaway? But I know Tab said he'd never find the time when I tried it the first time, but like, Hazel, you're more than welcome. You mentioned, like, you even asked about the giveaway. Okay, so first things first, I need to figure out which way around, or what needs to go in these. So it looks of it, it's the 3s and the 1s. Because although I have a double blank, that is going to have to be somewhere else. Because we don't have 3 of them for this. And with these being broken up, I'm not going to be in like straight across them. Okay, so I don't think it can be the 3. Oh, it can be. But it can end up with the 3s like this. Which lets us try to choose there. But then we don't have... Oh yes, we do have it. Oh yeah, I think we've got this one already. Nice little one for the first tips of the day. Good one. We'll go on to the medium. Okay, so again, our first step is to try and figure out which way that everything is going to be laid out. Okay, so we know the layout that the dominoes are going to fit into. What clues have we got to work with? So we know where 2 of the 3s are going to be. You know where 1 of the 2 2s are going to end up. These all have to be not the same. We don't know anything about these 2. Less than 1 means these 2 have to be blanks. I just don't know which way around yet. Greater than 5 means it has to be a 6. So we know that at least. That doesn't narrow down much with the 1. So what are we left with the 3s? Okay. That's... right. So there's a 3 that I didn't notice. That threw me off. But because I have that 2 there, it has to be one of these 2 3s that end up in these sections. I do have both an additional 4 and a couple of 5s to work with for this. But only a 4 is attached to a blank. So this is going to have to be 3 4. This one is also going to have to be a blank, which only leaves the blank and the 1. If I use the 3 2, this 2 5 is going to have to end up there, which will leave us with no 2s to put there. So this is going to have to be the 3 5. I don't know, they were here earlier. Right, so I can't have 1 in there. But no matter which one I put in there, this solves. So I can put that there, and this is still 2 3. That's another win on the pips. Right, so there's a chance that the hard will trip me up, and I'm already not liking the look of it. Ah, thanks very much. Why aren't you joining the giveaway? Okay, so one thing I'm noticing with this equal here is we can't actually place a domino there. If we do, we'd need another double here. Which actually tells us that we need to have the double here. Because we can't have them across here. So we actually do get a lot of the geometry just from noticing the equals there. Okay, starts to fall down a little here. We can't have it go straight across there because... Can't we? Oh, we can, actually. What was I thinking? I don't know. So we've got nothing to go off with this one, because I can already see 1 domino that will add to 4. And a second, yeah. So we don't actually have anything to go off for this section right now. So the first thing I need to do is figure out, I think this is going to be an interesting one, so we need to find out what we have at least 5 of down. So I'm going to make a quick count. So 0, 2, 3. So the zeros we have 3, 1s, 2, 3. Actually, I just realised I don't even need to do it that way. Because we need to do what we have doubles of, because we need a double. So what do we actually have a double of? We've got 6, 5, 4, 2. So 2, 4, 5, and 6. So we need to count those values, not all of them, which is a help. 1, 2, 3, 3. So it's not the 2s. 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could be 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it could be the 5s and the 6s. 1, 2, 3. So this has to be 4 or 5. Okay, so we know that that has to be the 4s or the 5s. We don't have for sure another double that we would require for the equals. Less than 5 would be most things. Moving into the 3 equals. Okay. Yeah, no worries. It just seems like I'm going to be trying to give away this copy for ages if this carries on. Okay, so what on values can we use to add? Could be that one because we have a couple of blanks. Yeah, no, it could be any. So that's useful to know. New combinations to be able to make for 23. There's a few ways we can make time through. 24. Actually, no, there's not. So this needs to be 6, 6, 6, 5. That is the only way for us to make 23. Which means it's going to use all 3 of our 6s, so we're going to have that. That also tells us that this has to be the 6, 5 that way. And then we need a 5 with something here that can make 3. So it can't be the 5-5. It could be the 5-3. It could be the 5 blank or the 5-1. So we've got a few choices there, but this has also told us that we need 5s here. That cannot be the 5-5. It could be literally any of the other 5s, though. We are going to need to use a full domino here to make the 7. 1 blank blank can be done. You can't use 6. We don't have any 6s to use. Okay, 5-1-1 blank. Do a 5 and do that. Okay. Yeah, it's trying to make 7 across the board. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so now I've used a5 here, and I know that I'm going to have to use 2 more. We don't have enough 5s left for that to be the 5, so that's got to be 4. That can't go there. We only... How many 4s do we have left? 1, 2... Did I miscount? I do not see enough 4s. Ah, there's the last one. Right. So we can have either the 4-1 or the 4 blank here. No, we only have 3 left. And if we put the 4 blank here, then we can't actually use another 4 to make the 4. So that has to be that. So now I need the 5-3 for there. So the 4-5 can't go here because then I don't think we're going to have enough 5s to do the equals. I'll put it there just to think about it. Yes, I can, but exactly, which is annoying. So that doesn't actually narrow it down too much for us. Yeah, no, let's try it that way. That would give us like the other 4 here. Put the 2 there. I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be the 3s. So that gives us 1, 3. What have we got left? 5. So that's 4, 5. We don't have a 5-2, so that cannot be that way round. But we do have this. So that's 6, which gives us 7. That has to go there. Get 3, 1, and then 3 blank here. I like that one. Took me a minute or 2 to get into. I think some of that was also sorting out giveaway stuff. But giveaway, which is got 5 minutes left. Thanks very much. And so far, it's just my mods account in one of my mods' other accounts in there. So it looks like we're gonna have to do giveaway take 3 if it carries on like this. But yeah, we're about to go to ad break before we. Have I already done all of them? No. Did I finish all of the pips there? Oh wow, I'm already through all of the pips. I was not expecting that. No, if people don't want the free game today. I guess we'll have to do another take on it. But yeah, we're going to go to ad break now. So we'll be back very shortly. Thank you very much, there, H, on one of your many accounts. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, we seem to have flew through most of the puzzles. Like we had quite a good run with the Starstruck, and I don't think I did too badly with the Sudoku. Like the Pips and the Wordle went quite well. So now we're all the way through to our chess.com puzzles. We'll start with yesterday's daily, and when that's done, I think we'll just have to cancel the giveaway, because so far it's only H that's entered, and she's already said she'll give it back to the channel, which means we'll have to do take 3 at some point. Okay, so I do kind of struggle with the daily puzzles, because I can never tell whether or not I'm meant to be doing looking for a long-winded mate or trying to go for material win. Like black to move. I think the first thing I'm spotting is like a pretty solid check. No? Cool. Let me get another solid check here. Right. Okay, so yeah, I got that one. No hints, so I'm going to count it as a win, even though it took two attempts. And the counter is not going to win. It is not going to work. Okay, so there's the first one. And it looks like 3, 2, 1. Timer ended. And then it immediately went away. I'm going to have to use a different bot next time. Unfortunately, the only person who entered was H. Did it do the nice little fancy pop-up, or did it just disappear? Because That's annoying. Like, I had it open and everything. But H has already said that she's going to give it back to the channel for Take 3. Like, why can't I give this game away? Like, is there something I don't know about it? Yeah, so, yeah, if we've not been able to give it away again, we'll go back to the puzzles. We'll try again another time. So, we are on today's daily chess puzzle. We did yesterday's as a quick bonus. Maybe. I was hoping it'd actually boost some engagement from some of my mates, get them coming in. And, yeah. Like, everyone likes free stuff. Like, checkmate and taxes. I like that as a name. So... go careful. So if I move queen here, the knight can take... it's not an 8. We're not going to have enough time. Cause, like, the chess puzzles don't usually take me too long. Okay, if I move here, king in check. Here. Ooh. All the way up here. And then... no, that's not it. Damn it. And I can get there. Yeah. Oh, is the code thing gonna work for me as the score counter? It did. Why does it never work the first time? Okay, so we managed that. From there, we're gonna move on to our more general chess puzzles for today. So with these puzzles, I always get through at least the 3 full daily solves, and from there we go for a handful more, usually until the streak breaks. So I'm just going to give it a minute to actually load the puzzle. So white to move, looking for mate. So the first move I am seeing involves the knight moving here. That will push the king along to here. And then we can move the knight from there somewhere else, maybe? Because then we'll have the queen. Oh no, queen's on white. Ah, I know what it is. So yeah, we move there. And then we can actually bring the queen all the way down here, so it's guarded by the knight and it is mate. Sometimes those long moves can be really hard to spot. So white to move, looking for mate again. So first thing I'm spotting is we can move the queen here. Keep just chasing along. No? Ah, damn it. That should have been all the way over. Bit of a misclick there. I'm not going to count that as a win, but I'm also not going to count that as a fail. Okay, white to move, looking for mate. Oh, so this is a tactic known as a battery. The rook is protecting the queen, so the king can't do anything about it. I'd like to move looking for mate. It says soon, which means I can't do it immediately. In theory. But to me, that just looks like mate. Because the king can't escape and you can't put anything in the way. Yeah. Okay, so there's the daily solves done. So from there, we will carry on until we break the streak. Or until... Or, yeah, if it's too quickly, then I might do a handful more. Trying to win the bishop. Okay, so we're going to have to use a forcing move somewhere. Because I can't just straight up take it. But I can move this here. No, I'm not sure what to do for yeah. Okay, so that's pinned. So that do it? No. Okay, so the streak's already broke. I'm gonna ask for a pin. Right, yeah, so queen trade for the bishop. I'm gonna do another one. I'd like to move looking for mate. Again, we can use a battery here. If we come in all the way here, then there's no escape route for the king. If we go here, the queen can move in. But yeah, if we move in here, the king's completely isolated with the queen, and the bishop is guarding it. I'll do one more before we have a look at the stuff on the telegraph. White to move, looking for mate. Okay, so my initial thought, bring the queen here. And then we move up next to the bishop. The only place that the king could try and escape to is here, but then we immediately just slide the queen over and it has nowhere to run. So that is the last of the chess.com puzzles we'll be doing today. We'll do a couple from the Telegraph. No one has redeemed any bonus puzzles from Netflix. So we'll leave it to that, and that sounds like it'll be it for today. The whole episode will be stitched back together after the tech issues earlier, and will be available for people to watch on YouTube as of a little after 6 PM tomorrow. So cogs on the Telegraph is like a word search that is a crossword, sorry, that has already been filled in, but we are given blocks that we can rotate, and we have to try and figure out what the words are meant to be. We are given no clues. So I'd like to see if I can figure out like a long word, because that gives me a nice jumping off point. So we've got rainfall straight across, so we'll work with that. We have raid followed by ice. That's poignant. We've got inflated. Meme. I hope it's meme. I hope it's meme. I'm not going to lock it just in case, but... Din. I think it's that. Yeah, I think that can probably be so from the letters that we have there. I think so. Maybe not, because... Okay, so I must have misclicked that one because I don't think it's... Okay, sun, this. Sunshine. Yep. Which just leaves us with this long one to... Oh, and I think it's going to be engulf. Oh, engulf. Yeah. Fog there. Okay, we'll have a look at the sorted. I'm not very good at this one. This is trial and error, usually. You get 3 rounds of having to sort things out. So, Olympic jumping records by distance or height for the furthest or highest. Okay, okay, so ski jumping, I think, is very, very far. Pole vault is definitely than the high jump. I think the triple is longer than the long jump. I think it's going to be that. Oh. Really? What? Well, okay, pole vault's going to be the last one, so... Really? Okay. People can long and triple jump further than a pole vault? Okay, that has surprised me. Okay, soap opera locations from north to south. Northernmost at the top, southernmost at the bottom. Okay, so EastEnders is in London. Neighbours was in Australia. Emmerdale's in the Midlands. Don't know where Corrie is. I'm not sure. Archers is also around them. I'm going to try that. First time. Yay. Italian Prime Ministers in order from earliest to latest. I have no idea. This is going to be interesting. I think that Andrati name rings a bell. Monty before that. Okay. Yeah, like I end up using a bit of trial and error on the sorted, but I still think it's a little interesting. Oh hey, you're joining right at the end, and you missed the chance for the giveaway. Because I think plus word is probably going to be our last puzzle for today. Okay, so first is a anagram of I scam. Minerals in thin sheets. That's plus word if you've not seen it before. Yeah, I started around 6 o'clock. Well, I've been on for like a little, for nearly 2 hours now. Like the streams don't tend to go on for much longer than 2 hours at a time, unless people like use channel points for making me do bonus puzzles, which no one has today. But yeah, plus word is a mini crossword, but we also get highlighted letters in which give us Wordle-style clues. I'm so glad you popped in. Alright, I'm just warning you that like there's not going to be much longer. Ancient Roman garments. This one is a toga, but because the clue has been pluralized, the answer tends to be as well. Alluring singer in Greek mythology. I don't. Veil supports are that's mast, and again, plural. I don't know adage. Welsh. I don't know why, but setter is the first one that came to mind. It can't be that, it's only 5 letters. Word that can follow common, fashion, and sick. Sense. Okay, so we've already got the M and the S out. That is okay. I think that's it. I'm gonna have to check the grid though. Okay, yeah. Let's cherish a door, maybe. Welsh. Foggy. You're in for a real treat. Greek mythology. That is going to be a siren. Say cheese, smile. And before I move on to the plus word, I am going to check the grid. Okay, so we're doing well. So, clear that off from this time. Okay, so Wordle style. We actually have all of the letters, I think. No, we don't. But these two E's are going to be that one, so I think we're short a letter, which is pretty common. So we've got G-E. We know we need an A, which is going to have to be here. And an L, which is going to have to be here, or here. So that's G and that's E. Like, yeah, from the looks of it, we've been left with one letter that hasn't been given to us. We've got no clues. Oh. Yeah. Round bread. Okay. So that is actually it. Yeah. Right, we got the plus word. We're all done. No one's redeemed any extra like Netflix puzzles. Big stretch. Yeah, we've been on for about 2 hours now. We've done all our usual dailies. Yeah, go on then. Like, I can do. Well, I can't push it too late because me and my partner do need to eat. So yeah, if we just go over to this tab, we can do 2 more. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the crossover and the combo. Like, but that's your fill though, because no one's actually spent the channel points to get me to do them. So crossover is a mini crossword that has been filled in with all the letters in the wrong place. We have to shuffle them into the right place. We also get emojis, or emotes, I should say, which work as a full word in their own right, but also form part of a whole answer. So, bar staple, yeah, I've already figured this one out. Chicken wings. Like, it was the only one that I could see that was 3 apart from that one. Right, yeah. Right, so bangers and it's a dish staple. Never mind a pub dish. Flour for chapati. I don't know what chapati is. Person with concrete ideas. It's going to be Mason. I had a sneaking suspicion of, but I thought they were more stone than concrete. Yeah, no, still don't know that. Ring-shaped coral formation you might see whilst snorkeling. Like, I can feel a line from Finding Nemo trying to stab at the back of my head. Anemone. No, it's definitely not that. We've not got the right letters. Tell me about it. Stood. Apparently that's from Greece. I was expecting it to just be something like, like blank farm where horses retire. Luffy wears one of these made of straw. Okay, wow, an anime reference. Actually, isn't One Piece actually hosted on Netflix? So that makes sense. Right. Actually, I can't do this. Chickens what? Oh, chickens out. Should be a gap there. So comedy sketch show SNL. So Ata is a type of flower apparently. Or atoll, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, we'll try and fit the combo in quickly before the final ad break is meant to run. Okay, so full something all the way around. So yeah, we just have to match words so that they would be phrases or follow-on words. So full, circle, back, right, circle back, back, up, back up, front man, power, house. Yeah, that one was quite easy for me to do. Yeah, so that is your 3 bonus puzzles and your entire film. No one's going to redeem. And also, we literally have an hour, not an hour, a minute or so before Twitch tries to push another ad on everyone. So to stop everyone being subject to that, I think we'll call it there. Thanks for everyone who joined. I'm sorry that I still can't give away this copy of Wasteland Bites as hard as I've been trying. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow. If not, I'm going to try and make it Friday, and we'll probably try the giveaway again then. But yeah, thanks to everyone who joined. See you again soon.